So unfortunately, I am in a car currently, so um here are my knees. Okay, so I am Victoria Rico. This is my story comms C1000 speech. Who am I? I am a person of many things. First and foremost, I am a very unique person. Today I'm going to tell you about my current goals, who I am as a person, what makes me me, my short-term goals while I'm in college, and my long-term goals regarding my career. Let's get started. Um, um, First and foremost, I would like to tell you about me and myself. I'm an incoming college second year. I graduated high school last year, so still very new to this college thing. Um, like most, I'm capable of that. And most importantly, I'm a very silly person of silly nature. My interests include sewing, painting. Um, I believe in trying everything at least once. I've made music. I've played plenty of sports, too many to count. I've probably built like an entire house worth of IKEA furniture at this point. Yeah. What I believe makes me me is my ability to choose who I am, whether it be getting a new piercing or making a blog post probably no one would ever read. I believe it's like the little things that you do in life that make you really unique. Um, Something about me is that I never saw myself going to college. Um, I had to be convinced by a friend of mine and encouraged by a teacher. It was always expected of me to go to college, by my parents, just by everyone, but it was just something I never really thought about. Um, Yeah, it was just something I never really thought about. And I hadn't even applied to college when I graduated high school. I only applied the about a month before the classes started. And I had a super rough journey getting into school. Just that getting into school, I got into something called the Puente program. All my classes got switched. It was a huge change. I faced a lot of struggle getting into school, as a place that I would never see myself or thought myself to ever be in. Um, Last year I did make it into the dean's list with my grades, both semesters. For this incoming semester, I do hope to come back on the dean's list. That is definitely one of my goals. Um, Personally, I would just like to keep my momentum, really focus on myself and staying in school. That is the most important thing to me is continuing my education when I thought I could never even have it. Um, my my future goals include, well, while I'm in college, I wish to get a nursing degree and an art degree. I'm going to have nursing as my moneymaker and art as my true passion in life. I started out as an art major. I made the switch to nursing when I realized AI was gonna take my job. Um, I plan to work as a nurse and build a stable career in that while I have art as basically like a side hustle. I wish to have some level of success through it, but I know it's very hard to break into that space, but I do hope one day I can just be happy making art, painting, sewing, making fashion. Those are my true passions in life. Um, yeah, even though those might not be what I do you have as like a job, I do hope to keep my artistic endeavors, keep on making art. That is my number one goal in my life. Um, to recap, I've discussed who I am, the experiences that make me me, how all of that has led me to here, college. Um, where I want to go in life, who I want to be in life, and yeah, the experiences that have shaped me and my short-term goals, my long-term goals, my um goals regarding nursing and how I want it to be my stable career. Um, After listening to my speech, I hope you've all learned a little bit more about me, who I am as a person. Um, thank you for listening. That is all.
Good job.